Hey guys, my name is Lilly and today I want to show you how you can become more accurate with your recurve bow. Stay tuned. Okay, so you have bought your first bow and you want to start shooting. You're a beginner, maybe you've shot the bow for half a year but you're not getting better. So what's the problem? Now the problem first of all is that a lot of people, they are buying bows which are too strong for them. So in my case I'm shooting a 35-pound bow, but if I would start with archery I would get like a 25-pound bow. Because if you start with a bow that is too heavy, too strong for you, then your form will be miserable. So first it's important that you perfect your form, and that only is possible if the bow is not too strong. Okay, next what is really important is that you start from a very close distance to the target, because this way it's easier to see your mistakes and also to hit the target correctly. And once you're satisfied with your grouping, you can move farther away, but it's no good if you start at far distances, because this just doesn't make sense. So first you want to start at a distance which is really close to the target. Okay, once you're satisfied with your grouping, you can pull the arrows and move farther away. This method will also help you to estimate distances better, and at some point in time, at some distance, the arrows will start falling down, so then you have to eventually aim higher and higher. Okay, so once you're satisfied with your grouping at horizontal, like elevations, then it's time to move on to targets which are either lower or much higher than you. So here, for example, there's a target and it's quite steep here, so I try to shoot it, and shooting at an angle is completely different than shooting horizontally. It's so much like different that you will be surprised. So usually when you're shooting high, you want to shoot lower. So it's like shooting at 15 meters instead of 10 meters. So small targets are really hard to hit, and this is where practicing comes in. Okay, next comes a target which is really far away. I believe it's 32 meters. So this is a distance which I'm not comfortable with anymore when it comes to hunting. So in a real like survival situation or hunting situation, I would always try to come closer, within maybe 20 meters, 20 yards, something like that. But a target which is this far away, there's a lot of risk that you can shoot the animal ill, and that's something that we don't want. So recently I have switched to heavier tips, 145 grain, but they are not really good for far distances, because at some point, like after 25 meters, the arrow is falling down like this, and then it's really hard to estimate where you should aim. So this is why in a survival situation I would come closer to the target and not shoot from here. But still I want to show you how my performance is at this distance. Too high. too high. Yeah, it's not easy. Finally. Okay, so the first 2 arrows were too high, and then the third one was still okay, so it was still in the kill zone. So yeah, that's something that I'm not comfortable with my new tips. Now, I have been shooting at this target for a couple of years now, and with lighter tips I'm better at this target, at this distance. But the thing is, I want to have more tip weight on my arrows to make sure that I have penetration, and this is why I'm choosing heavier tips. Okay, the next target is super far away again. It's like 40 meters from here. I hit it! Oh my god! Oh my god, lucky! Also, what is changing while you're training with your bow is that you're getting stronger, which means that your muscles are going to grow, but also the bone structure of your shoulders is changing. So you will become a little bit wider in frame, and that means that you will draw the bow farther back if you're trained with the bow. And this will result in shots that are too high as opposed to the time when you were untrained. Okay, next I want to give you the ultimate pro tip. So if you're using, hunting tips, you want to make sure that you get the same weight in practicing tips. So if your hunting tips are about 150 grains, then your practicing tips should also be that heavy. If your hunting tips are 100 grains, then your practicing tips should also be 100 grains. And this is important for consistency. Okay, last but not least, I would like to talk about misses. And I just missed my first shot, and that really sucks. But the most important thing is to find out why you have missed, acknowledge it, and then change it, and then forget about it. Because otherwise you will get really demotivated, and nobody's perfect. So everybody is going to miss sooner or later, even if you're a really good archer. Okay, so the last tip that I want to give you for today is that you want to have at least one white feather fletching on your arrow, but also you want to have a white knock. Because the thing is that only if you are seeing your arrow fly, you're going to get better at it. So it's important that you can see the arrow. This is why I have put on 2 white fletching and a white knock, because with that it's easily to be seen, and I've had black arrows with black knocks and almost completely black feathers, and then you cannot see your arrow anymore. It's really crazy, even in broad daylight. So make sure that you at least have one white feather on your arrow. Okay guys, so this is the archery lesson for today, and I hope that you liked this video. If you did, then please leave a like and maybe a comment, and maybe subscribe to my channel if you want to see more archery videos like this. Stay tuned till next time.